Hi guys, so today we're making Cambell Beat Goes On. The track originally samples a Buddy Rich track known by The Beat Goes On, and it's quite a simple track that Cambell's done. All he's really done is add some drums, but it's an absolute banger. So we're going to get into this. Here's what it's going to sound like.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain.
Great, so if you're wondering why mine doesn't sound quite as good as Cambell's, it's because he most likely had the stems. So this basically means he would have had the individual tracks. So he would have been able to separate the vocal from the drums from the guitar. Whereas I don't have that, unfortunately. So this is as far as I got with it. A key takeaway I'd say would be the rhythm is slightly off. But yeah, without having the stems, it's quite difficult to get 100% right. Let's start with it then. So I've separated this vocal.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm.
I used a website called LALAI. I'll put a link in the bio for it. You can basically separate stems, but obviously it does come with a cost of sort of quality, and it does pick up some background stuff as you can hear in that.
Keep pounding a
We've then got the main sample. So this is from Buddy Rich, Beat Goes On.
La-di-da-di-dee, la-di-da-di-da. Drums keep pounding a rhythm.
Great, so that's just on loop. On that, I have taken out some of the low end, so I've done that in an actual bass on a separate channel. So we don't need any of the bass from the original, although I'm pretty sure Cambell just uses the stem, the bass stem from the original. Yeah, so we've then added this drum bus, so all that's doing is sort of bumping it up a bit, making it a bit louder, and this EQ is just boosting the high end a little bit, so it's a little bit, yeah, less muddy, I guess. We've then got the bass, so I've made it in Serum. On its own, it sounds like this. So it's sort of like a bass guitar style. All we've got is this basic analog w.d. To get it quite bassy, the envelope 2 doesn't open up that much. So if I open it up a lot, it sounds a bit synthy. But if you keep it quite a little bit, then it sounds more like analog. I've then got this envelope, so it's got a really long hold. So if I get rid of that, be more plucky. But it's quite a sustained note, and that's how it is in Cambell or the original track, whichever way he's done it. In terms of effects, just got this distortion. It's not really doing a lot. I mean, you could probably go without that, it doesn't really matter. We've then got this EQ. So too much high end, again, sounds too electronic and synthy. I've then taken out a lot of the top end and added a little boost here. And yeah, sounds quite warm. Great, so the drums sound like this. All we've got is this kick from my Tech House pack. Taking out some of the high end, boosted it to the low, so it's nice and thick. We've then got this clap, so it's just an 808 clap. We've then got this other clap from the same pack. And then this hat from the Big Z pack. Again, just taking out a little bit of the top end and boosting it in the mid region, which you wouldn't normally do on a hat, but this seemed quite fitting because it was quite a high frequency hat, as are all the samples in Big Z's pack. We've then got the shaker, so it's just a shaker short. Just searched it, it's one of the Ableton ones. Yeah, that's the notes for it. So what I've done on everything as well, I've got this Notator 16 swing on all of the drums apart from the kick. So if you check all this, the clap, then on the kick, there is no groove at all. So over here, nothing. So yeah, I've gone for the 16D, I believe, 16D swing. So it just helps add a bit of rhythm. I've also put that on the bass, just so it's all in swing with each other. And you should also do the same. But guys, that is pretty much it. It's a very simple track, but very catchy nonetheless. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope this was helpful in some way.